And here we are. It's another episode of Crazy Ass Dates, Bad Dates, Great Stories. I am your host, Doug Rice, along today with my co-host, Courtney Cheek. You'll hear from Courtney in just a minute. We've got a great guest today. I'm not even going to tell you his name yet. It's going to be a surprise. He's got a funny story. I think his story is going to hit the trifecta. And really, if you haven't heard this show before, if you're not familiar with Crazy Ass Dates, we really kind of go into the fun stuff about dating. We're not looking, I'm no dating expert. I'm no matchmaker. I'm not going to find you romance and teach you how to find your soulmate because I haven't even found mine. But what I have done, Courtney Cheek, is I have been out there in the wilderness of dating, and I've been through so many different crazy experiences, and I've heard so many funny stories, and I've experienced my own, which I generally don't share a whole lot of my own on here. But
there's a reason for that.
There is a reason for that. That lovely voice that you just heard is my co-host, and she is also known as the fiery redhead. Her name is Courtney Cheek. Courtney, so what is your when somebody says, "Hey, what's Crazy Ass Dates?" How do you describe it?
I feel like it's just a better podcast version of The Bachelor in a way. You get the craziness, but you don't have to sit there and watch a train wreck. You just kind of get to listen to somebody who we know and who we want to get a little story about their life, their love life, whether it's a disaster or something that works out or whatever. Plus, it's just fun. I mean, we all have these crazy stories. We've talked about this a million times. We have all these crazy stories, and we love to talk about each other. We love to get drinks with our friends, but why not just share it and let everybody else in on the joke? Like, let everybody else share it.
I think you're right. I think you've hit on that. And the crazy stories to me is the fun part. And it's funny that by the way, we're on location today in Dallas, Texas. We're at Dibs at Victory, which is a really cool place. We're really excited. We want to say thank you to the management here at Dibs for letting us come.
Dibs.
Yeah, shout out to Dibs. It's actually National Matchmaker Day.
Oh my gosh! Wow, this is not a coincidence, right? Or is it?
It is. Well, courtesy of Vouch. Vouch is a great dating app. We might be able to hear later on from the CEO of Vouch, Christiana. She's here. She's upstairs. She's up there talking to people and promoting the new app. It's called Vouch, and I think you can, if you're not on iPhone, you can actually get it through Android. I think they're coming out with an Android app, but they're on the iPhone right now. Try Vouch app, I think, is the website, but you can just find it in the App Store. But anyways, moving along. I heard an analogy today, and as I was talking to our guest earlier, Michael, you're not allowed to speak yet. I'll get to you in just a second. Michael's over there looking at me like, can I say it? No. Right now, we're just kind of talking, but I heard an analogy today, or I heard something, I thought this is a good analogy. And have you ever heard, like, when you're on an airplane, and the plane takes off?
Yeah.
And supposedly within, I don't know what the time frame is, but it's only like something 1, 2, 3 minutes. If something's going to go wrong on your flight,
it does, yeah, within a certain amount of time.
It's going to be within those first few minutes.
So, I like where this is going.
So I think that's a good analogy for dating and a relationship.
That's very true. Yeah.
So yeah, if something's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong in
pretty early,
which is what we cover.
Oh yeah,
it's those early dates.
Early awkward encounters. That's our specialty.
Absolutely.
That's what we're good at.
So the plane's going to crash.
It's going to crash and burn.
Burn. I mean, it is a puff of smoke in the field or in the ocean or whatever it is, and that's what we're looking for, or we find it. There's also, by the way, we're here at Dibs, and Dibs is the official game watching in Dallas for LSU.
Hey, LSU fans, follow purple. Yeah.
Well, they're going to play my horns next week, so I'm going to hold my opinions right now. But the bottom line is, in Louisiana, there's something that's called lagniappe. Have you heard of that?
No, I have no idea what this is.
Lagniappe is almost like it's like the cream that rises, like the good stuff, the lagniappe.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I think that's what we're covering is the lagniappe of dating. In a weird way.
Okay.
It's the worst. It's the worst stuff, which I think is the most entertaining. You see what I'm saying? So
it's our cream, even though people wouldn't refer to it as the cream.
Yeah, you're going way off. I'm not even trying to go there. You're the girl. You're supposed to keep me in line.
I know, I'm trying to make this analogy make sense in my head, and I'm struggling with it a little bit. But that's okay.
Anyway,
I like it. It's good. It's good.
We've got to bring on our guest. He's awesome. I just met him a couple of weeks ago. He was telling me about some of the stuff he's done in the past. His name is Michael Honoru. Welcome, Michael.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
What's
Welcome,
going on, guys. Happy to be here.
Wow, we're lucky to have you here. So Courtney, I was talking to Michael, and he was telling me about a great story. So let's start from the beginning. You're a native of New York.
And just hold on before so that listeners know, I have not heard Michael's story at all. So I'm just as in the dark as you guys are right now. So Doug planned this intentionally. He wants to get me by surprise too. So I'm in this with you. All right, continue, Michael.
Yes.
Okay, I am a native New Yorker.
Mm-hmm.
So cool.
Grew up in West Hempstead, Long Island.
Mm-hmm.
For college, I played a little b-ball back in the day, and found myself in Kansas City, Missouri, playing college basketball.
Okay. very
Michael
cool.
is 6'7", by the way.
Yeah, I can get
That's like a whole foot and a half shorter than me. Continue.
yeah, I can get things from high shelves rather easily.
That's
So-
a good quality to have.
After basketball was over, I was pretty washed up, so got a corporate job and ended up not really liking that, and ended up getting into managing nightclubs.
Really?
Yes.
Ooh, this sounds interesting.
Yes. So I was managing nightclubs in Kansas City, Missouri, for about 4 to 5 years.
Okay.
And I'll be completely transparent.
Please.
I was a little wayward in my ways.
Oh boy.
It wasn't like a player liar. I was very honest about how I moved and when I moved, and they just got with it or they didn't.
You got the women's.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I mean, I feel like I can respect that. Like, it's a very yes or no, black and white.
And he's in the business basically at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah.
true. So you can see through the bullshit.
Yeah, I think my opening line back then was,
Oh, boy.
"Hey, I'm not looking for anything long term."
Oh boy.
That was the
Well,
opening line. And
well, they say know where you stand.
Yeah, that's true. Like,
listen,
there's no confusing
listen,
that.
A lot of times it was a thanks but no thanks until about 3 months later when guy after guy has lied to him and played
yeah.
games with them. Then I remember, at least that guy Mike was honest.
Yeah, that's true. As women, we do appreciate honesty. Whether we want to hear it or not, we do appreciate honesty. I will say that.
learned
I will
that.
agree.
But guys, honesty is about the long game. When you're being honest,
That's
it's not going
true.
to come right away, but in the long term, they'll appreciate the honesty.
And
That's
we're gonna
so true.
we're gonna talk about some of the things that men tend to do that's not quite honest.
Oh,
or
there's a
quite-
long list of
Yes,
that.
There is
How
a
long?
long.
How much time do we have?
Every episode kind of has that returning theme, doesn't
That's
it?
true.
All right,
Yeah.
All right. Well, back to the story.
Yeah,
So,
let's hear it.
Yeah.
Kind of wrapping up things in Kansas City, and after managing nightclubs for a while, I kind of got to know my liquor representatives.
Okay.
It was a high volume nightclub, so Crown, Ciroc, Kettle One. Got to know
The good
those.
stuff.
Yeah, I got to know those guys.
That's awesome.
And one of them was moving to St. Louis, and he said, "Mike, hey, you got your degree, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "You want to still be in the nightlife, but not have to be at the club all the time?" I was
Ooh.
like, "What are you talking about? Come be a sales rep at Glazier's." I was like, "Why not?" So I did that for a while, and that kind of brings me to getting a job working with Miller Coors and moving down here to Texas.
Okay.
Very
Now,
cool.
Before I left Kansas City, I was in my late 20s, and I was kind of trying to get serious a little bit, but I had the problem of my past history in Kansas City being a very small area, everybody kind of knowing everybody. It happened on 3 separate occasions. I met a girl, things were great. A month and a half into it, she tells a friend, "Oh, I'm talking to Mike, things are going great." Wait a minute, Mike who?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
That
Mike?
Mike?
You mean the Mike that was the manager of Empire Room? Yeah, that Mike. Oh, girl, let me tell you this. And
Yikes.
it kept happening. After the third time, I was like, man, I can't shake the old me. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
what to do. A friend of mine in joke said, man, you have to leave the city.
Yeah.
I was like, that's kind of drastic. There's no way. Ended up the job thing kind of happened and brought me to Dallas. When I got to Dallas, I remember that conversation about moving city might help. Hit
Yeah,
the refresh
fresh
button.
start.
Hit the refresh,
Yeah.
reboot,
Yeah.
reload, refresh.
So,
Yes.
boom, I'm here in Dallas. Going out a little bit. I didn't really have like a crew out here. I didn't have any guys to go out with.
Yeah.
So, but I was in the industry selling product to a lot of these different bars. So it's definitely out in the scene, getting to know people and meeting different girls at your various night spots, and things just weren't working out. Imagine that, meeting a girl in a nightclub, not working out. Go figure.
Well, okay, so yeah, let's fast forward a little bit to I want to get to this date because he's got a fascinating story. We could be on here forever, but you ended up, obviously you had some success and so on, but then you got on
I
to
will
some
just want to
dating-
insert
Oh,
and
yeah,
say,
go,
guys, if you're
please.
looking for a girl, she is not going to be in a nightclub. I mean, I cannot say that enough.
She's
I mean,
not. I
she's
tried.
not. It's not going to happen. If
not.
you're looking for a girl, you go to a happy hour. That's where you find us.
Oh, okay.
You go to a happy hour where we're with
That
our
works for
friends.
your business, either way.
And wine bars.
And
Yeah.
wine bar.
Oh,
Oh,
wine-
God, wine
There's
bars.
some quality
God
at wine bars.
bless wine bars.
Yes.
God bless them. All
Okay,
right,
so-
keep going.
so you were on a- you
you
were-
had some sort of success somewhere.
Yeah, but it wasn't anything panning out. And a female friend of mine said, Mike, you should try a dating app.
Yes.
Okay.
I was like,
Okay, so initial response was kind of what mine has been. Is
Yeah.
just you're not feeling it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, mine came from the aspect is I'm a very confident guy.
You're very gregarious. You're
Yeah,
very
yeah.
confident. You got a little swagger.
I have no problem going in
Yeah,
anywhere
talking
of
to
God's
people.
green earth and talking to a woman. And,
Absolutely.
And we'll see what happens from there, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't really think I was the kind of guy who needed that.
Yeah.
She was like, no, like everyone's working. It's a fast-paced life. It's the millennials. That's the way we're connecting. I was like, whatever, why not, right? So
Okay.
down the app.
Which one did
Which
you
one
download
did you get?
first? Yeah.
So I got Bumble first.
Bumble. Okay.
Yeah.
It seems to be besides Tinder,
You
that seems to
know,
be the one that everybody's on.
I like it.
Yeah.
I don't even use it, but I like it. I like that it empowers women.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
Okay, go ahead.
So I was like, you know what? I'll give it an honest try.
Yeah.
I was still skeptical, yes, but I'm gonna give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
You start matching with people, a couple conversations start happening, and then I came across one very specific lady. We'll call her Nikki.
Nikki, I love names.
Names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Yes.
Okay.
Matched with Nikki, and we had some pretty decent back and forth. You know,
Okay.
where you from? We were both, in the professional world. Trying to find our place in the world, so to speak. She was a native of Dallas. I was transplant. She
Yep.
thought it was cool. I was from New York.
Yeah.
It was really was flowing. So I made the first move. Said, hey, how about we go somewhere and get a cocktail? I didn't want to do an actual date.
Yeah.
Wait, let's back up
Yeah.
for a second because I always like to hear the very beginning kernel when you first match. Because Bumble's one where the woman does have to make
Yeah.
the first move. She has to send you the text. So when you guys matched up, how long did she wait? And then did she say? Hey, or did she say something?
So what
I
he's
actually
asking
remember
for is our last guest, who's a mutual friend of ours. She always starts with a really fantastic dad joke. So he's wanting to see if there's anything like that kind of sparked things.
Oh, I wish I had something. No, she simply. I think we matched on a Thursday, and she might
Well,
have
that's very detailed.
messaged me like Saturday afternoon,
Okay.
and it
All
was
right.
just simply, "What's a guy from New York doing here in Dallas?"
Okay.
not bad.
So she definitely snooped,
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
She did her due diligence.
Okay, good.
which we're known for that. Keep going.
So yeah, it goes well.
Wait, where did you take her?
I took her to a little cocktail bar called Parliament.
Oh, I love
Over in
Parliament.
the State
Oh,
Town area.
Parliament
Okay.
is
We're
fabulous.
broadcasting from Dallas, by the way, Dallas,
Yeah.
Texas. So
Great little bar.
I thought it's a great cocktail lounge.
Yes, it
It's kind
is.
of like sexy,
Very low key, but also sexy.
but very
yeah.
very nice though.
Yeah,
right?
very
So
nice, yeah.
I thought that'd be a perfect place to just kind of get together and have a drink and just talk and get to know each other. and
Yeah,
see
see
there
if this
was
has
any
got
kinda
legs,
vibe,
yeah.
Right? And let me tell you this: on that initial date, that initial meet up for drinks, every box was checked.
Ooh,
Every box
wow.
was checked. She was attractive. She was ambitious. She was funny. Now I found out she just had a lot of brothers, so she wasn't really that funny. But anyway, all the boxes were checked, and we spent the whole time laughing and drinking old fashions. And
Oh
I'm just
wow.
like, oh,
Ooh, she ordered an old fashioned.
was there any at the first date? Was there any physical contact? Did she grab your hand or anything like that?
a little bit of you're sitting down. Let me hold the seat out and kind of gradually grace her lower back.
Ooh, okay.
And as we're sitting on the table, a little hand touching here and
Okay.
there. As we're getting more comfortable,
Buying
as
signs.
we're,
All
as we're
right.
2-3 old fashions in.
Yes.
Ooh, all
I always
right.
look
I
for
like
those
where this is
buying
going.
signs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If she-
that
if
it's
she-
like an approval sign in a way.
Did you
Yes.
just say buying sign?
That's,
Yes.
Yeah, he's had some interesting terms. You just kind of have to roll with it.
I like that. I like that.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So, first date, first meetup,
Okay.
drinks, phenomenal, went well. Perfect gentleman, hug, put her in the Uber, and that was that.
Okay,
Very
so
nice.
let me ask you this. So as soon as you, who was the first person you told about her? Did you tell any of your
Ooh,
friends or
good
anybody to say,
question.
hey, I just met the most awesome or whatever? What happened? Do you remember?
Nah, I kind of kept it close to the cuff. I kind of just shot her a text later that night, said, hey, great time, getting to spend some time with you, getting to talk. We should definitely run this back and,
Yeah, do
go-
this
go to
again. Do
dinner.
something
But
different.
on a scale of 1 to 10, it was a 10 out of a 10, right?
Yeah, it was-
For our first
yeah,
date.
it was a 10 out of 10, but I mean, never like to count my chickens for the
For the-
hatch.
oh, I can totally relate
That's
to
the
that.
theme of our show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay.
So I didn't really want to do that, but I was like, okay, I want to go out with her again.
For sure.
That-
and
that's-
you
that's a
knew
big
the
deal.
feeling was mutual as
Yeah.
well. Yes. Okay. So then what was
Love
the
it.
next time you guys talked and planned the next?
So I texted her that night, great date, hope you got home safe. You try to be
yeah.
a gentleman. And she said, likewise, let's do this again. The next couple of days are spent kind of adding each other on social media.
Snooping,
you
due
know,
diligence. Oh
sending
yeah.
each other a couple funny memes, trying
Okay.
to scale out what's your sense of humor level. Can I
Yeah.
send you the Dave Chappelle stuff or the Aziz Ansari? what can you do here? Right?
Yeah.
And then, it had been maybe about a week. I got kind of busy. I hadn't planned a date. And all of a sudden, she reached out to me. She said, hey, so it sounds kind of awkward, but I would love if you can do a favor for me. I was like, what's going on?
Okay.
My cousin's getting married.
Uh-oh.
And I don't want to show up to the date, to the wedding without a date.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sounds easy enough. Sure,
Yeah.
no problem.
That's taking a plunge, though.
It is taking a plunge, but honestly, like, I've done that too. Like,
You have?
I met a guy and we were friends. We know each other for like a week or two, and I was like, hey, by the way, I've got a wedding I got to go to. Can you come? Like, I feel like that's something that happens more now, if that makes sense.
That's a huge compliment, too.
That
if
is a
she's
huge
willing
compliment.
Yes.
Especially it's a family. It's
Yeah.
a family wedding.
Yes.
Family
That's a
wedding.
big deal.
Yeah, that is a
It's
big
not just
deal.
a random friend from high school. Like,
Right.
this is a family event. Okay,
Honestly,
keep going.
I have a plethora of really, really close female friends, and I know the pressure women have.
Oh,
on,
God, yeah. That's so
especially-
true.
Especially when we hit the 3-0. Oh my God, my eggs were drying up.
God, that's just, I'm getting PTSD. Let's not go there.
so I've heard it so many times. So like, actually, when she asked me, I totally understood it, right?
And you were excited to see her, regardless,
I
right?
was like, you know what? I do this solid for her. She's gonna owe me one, right?
Right.
So like,
Well,
cool.
then also, you don't have to plan this date. Like, it's already kind of planned, so it gives you a little bit more time to kind of feel things out, which isn't bad.
And there was an open bar.
Oh,
okay.
those are the magic words
and
you want
you're
to hear
probably
at a
gonna
wedding.
get dinner too, so you get
Oh, yeah.
you
Oh,
get
yeah.
Let's-
drinks
like, you
and
don't have
dinner
to
paid
plan
for. Yeah,
anything.
it's
Yeah.
all planned. You don't have to do anything.
Exactly.
I ordered the chicken.
Oh,
It was awkward, weird, but I said, you know what? Let's do it. She was like, oh my God, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, like no problem. Like,
That's
we
awesome.
had a great time. We kind of vibe. I get it. You need a date to this wedding. I'm your guy. Let's go. I
That's
go
awesome.
get my tux, whatever. We show up to the wedding, and I'm like, all right, this is cool. It was a beautiful ceremony. It's in the church. It was like up in Plano, Texas, up
oh
north.
yeah.
right?
There's a lot of
And it's black tie, so it's a nice.
Yeah, the fact that you're wearing
Yeah,
a tux
yeah, yeah.
is huge.
And I want you to, I don't know if I put this in there, but I was the darkest person in the room.
Oh, okay.
I know, I might skip that. She was a Caucasian woman.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, whatever.
And you're 6'7".
Yeah, I'm 6'7".
So you don't exactly blend in then at this event.
Yes.
We walked in. She introduced me to Granny. Granny, all of 5'4", looks up. How are you doing, Michael? Nice to meet you. So great you could be here.
Well, hey, at least she wasn't like shell shocked. I mean, it could have been way worse.
But I definitely had a lot of the uncles, instead of giving me the handshake, were trying to, cool
Oh
down.
God, that's so awkward.
What's going on, man? How's it going, bro?
What's up,
I'm
bro?
like,
No way.
Okay, all right, I get it.
I like LeBron too.
Oh, I'm so uncomfortable for you.
I feel
Oh
like
my
I
God.
feel like in this today's
That's
society,
horrible.
we have like white people are just don't want to offend you so bad.
Yeah.
They go over the top with it.
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I get it. We're connected, guy. I get it. We connected. We're good.
Good.
Oh
Excellent.
gosh.
But it was
boy.
it was a lot of that. But wait, there's more.
There
Oh,
is more.
So
gracious. Okay.
we have the intro. As we're all walking in the church, everyone's kind of like the sticker shocks. Oh, he's there.
Okay, yeah. So we're still at the church. We
Yes.
haven't gone to the reception.
We haven't
yet.
even gotten to the reception. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Let's
I was
go. Let's
for
go.
some reason my mind was already at the reception.
No,
We're at the
no, no.
church.
So
Okay.
we're still
Yeah,
waiting to.
we're still meeting and greeting and who's sitting on what
Okay.
side, all that kind of
Okay.
stuff.
Okay. All right.
I'm
Keep
getting-
going.
I'm
Who's the tall black gentleman?
Yeah.
That's
Oh boy.
Every eye was just, they didn't say it, but their eyes
Oh,
said
just
it.
thinking it. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yes.
okay.
So,
By the way, is that cringy? No, I don't get it. No bill yet. No bill yet. Okay.
The awkward. Like I'm gonna try to like be another culture real quick.
Yeah,
That's a little
okay,
cringy.
little bit.
Okay,
but-
okay.
all right.
Oh God. Okay. Keep going.
So
Keep going.
After the beautiful wedding, we go to reception. Was at a hall right like across the way. We just walked to it. And now it's time for everyone like to drink and wait
Yeah.
for the wedding party to come in.
Have fun.
Have
Mingle. Yeah.
And how are you and Nikki
Mingle.
getting along at that point?
Me and Nikki are getting along famously. I'm showing her, little PDA, making, I'm just.
Which is what she wants. I
It's
mean,
what she
let's just clear this off the table. Like, women kind of want that, especially if you're going to a wedding with people. Like, you want to be able to see that, like, you're not just awkwardly inviting some random person. Like, this is someone you're actually interested in, especially
Yes.
at a wedding.
Yes.
Like, at a wedding of all places. Okay, keep going. Like, that, I think that's awesome.
And I knew what I was doing. I wanted
Love
to make her
that.
happy, right? I knew exactly what I
Michael.
was doing, right?
Love it. Keep going.
So people start coming up. The mingling starts happening.
Okay.
Nikki introduces us to Michael. Oh my God, how long have y'all been dating? Oh my God. And this woman goes into the most elaborate stories of our 1.5 year long relationship
Ruh-roh.
and how we met. Yes.
That's a
Hit
gasp.
the button. Wow. And she didn't tell you this?
This is exactly how it happened. A relative walks up. Oh my God, nice to meet you. How'd y'all meet? And before I can get a word out, she takes off the story.
Oh my God.
And I'm just,
You're just standing there
You're
smiling.
like, right.
uh-oh.
What were
Oh
some
my
of the
gosh.
good
Yeah,
details
let's
that
hear
she
this.
threw in that were just kind of like, wow, that's elaborate?
The trips we've been on already.
Oh my God. Okay, how? I mean,
Wow.
I'm sorry. Keep going. I'll ask a question here in a second.
Look, she just went into how we first met. It was a beautiful story. How our eyes locked and it was a very
Oh, boy.
romantic. I wish we met that way because it made me sound like a Casanova. Right? I was like, all right, yeah, I'm with it. Whatever.
Oh,
my
my
goodness.
God.
But she goes into it, and it's a little weird, but at the bottom of it, I thought it was funny.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like, whatever. Like I'm a couple of cocktails in at the open bar. Whatever. I'm
Like
here.
maybe she's gonna let you in on the joke here in
Yeah,
a second.
I'm-
Okay.
I'm all in.
And who, by the way, so the first time she does this introduction with this elaborate 1.5 year background story, was that to like a relative, a
Relative.
friend, a
Relative.
relative? So like
Oh shoot! So there's no getting out of that.
an
at that
older
point.
woman, let's say, maybe, or
It was all
like
aunts.
Aunt Betty or something.
Middle-aged white woman.
Middle-aged, okay.
Okay.
Middle-aged white woman, some
Okay.
aunt, relative. Okay, got
good.
it. Keep going.
Got
Yeah,
it.
so they're all asking me my profession, what I do, and at one point you see the movie Wedding Crashers?
Yeah.
It's
Sure.
one of my favorites, right?
Oh, great movie.
So I'm like, hey, I'm here. I might as well be 100% all in, right? I'm dancing with one of the little flower girls. in the
Oh,
middle of the
yes.
dance floor. I'm talking about I'm doing way too much.
Oh boy,
well, you know those people
this
can
turned
dance.
into a show at this point.
Yeah,
You hear
yeah.
that?
Oh my God, that was horrible.
Listen,
I'm ignoring that joke,
listen,
Doug. My God.
Listen, they loved it. I'm talking about guys were coming up next to me. Just any dance move I did, they were trying to mimic it. Like, yeah, we got you.
Oh my gosh.
All right, good.
Listen. The dance floor got real cringy.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm uncomfortable. Just
Yeah.
By the way,
boy,
for those
okay.
uninformed, that's a new feature of the show. If you cringe, you gasp, or you laugh, that's the trifecta of a great dating story. So that's where you get the bell.
Oh,
so we've
boy.
already gotten 2 bells. We're gonna hit the trifecta
We're
soon.
not even into the meat and potatoes
Yes,
yet. Good
exactly.
God.
Keep
Okay,
going,
let's
Michael.
keep going.
You're on a
All right,
roll.
So we're in the evening. We're all in it. Me and her get a little side table, and I'm just like, man, you didn't tell me your family was loaded. All right. She was like, oh, I just didn't think it came up. She's a very affluent family.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful wedding, a beautiful reception. The band they had was amazing. I was just like, wow, I'm complimenting her on her family and everything like that. And she looks at me. She was like, oh my God, this is great. Thank you for coming. Like, I'm really happy about what we have here. I think we could really make this work.
And you're like, hold on, let's.
Whoa, wait, what?
Can we?
Make what work?
Yeah, let's rewind.
And
This is like what, 2 weeks in?
yeah, a week and a half maybe.
Week and a
Yeah.
half. Oh gosh.
And I was like, oh, you know what? I know you really needed me, to
Help you out.
help you out here. And she's like, but you went along with everything,
Oh boy.
I was
Oh,
like,
God.
well, yeah,
I'm icky. I feel icky.
I kind of misused my words at this moment, and
Uh-oh.
I said, I understand, but I knew you really needed this win.
Oh boy. Yeah, she didn't take that well.
Yeah.
No woman's gonna take that well.
Yeah, okay.
Hindsight being 2020, I would have used different words at that moment.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
So she does the go out to the patio and cry a little bit.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna go cry real quick.
And we're
yeah.
still at the
We're still
wedding.
We're still at the wedding.
Okay.
Still there.
Now let me go back. So Courtney, you've been great as far as giving the women's what's going through
Yeah,
women's
female's
mind. on those-
perspective.
So okay, let me ask Michael this because I'm going to wonder. This is where I think his mind is.
Okay, yeah, let's hear this.
Is even though all this crazy stuff is going on, he's still thinking, I want to get her naked later tonight, and we want to have relations. Is this true?
I'm gonna have to go with correct.
Oh my!
See,
God.
I just want you to understand that's where men's brains are.
Oh yeah, I know.
She almost
God.
could have been telling she could almost have told him that she has a history of being the female Ted Bundy, and he's still going to be okay with it as long as
everyone needs a second chance, right? You know.
Oh my God! You did not just say that.
So there's a reason why this is going to continue. There's a reason why he hasn't walked out and said, you know what, this is crazy.
Look, I knew how happy she. Look, when I danced with the flower girl in the middle of the floor,
boy.
and I saw her face,
Yeah, she was loving it.
I knew what was happening.
Oh boy.
But I was like, got her now. As I'm twirling the flower girl, I'm like, got her now.
Oh.
I'm dancing with Meemaw.
Okay.
All right.
So the
Okay.
wedding continues and the ruse continues, I guess.
Ruse continues, and after the conversation where
But she never came back and said, hey, like, I'm sorry, like, here's why. Like, she never gave you any explanation or anything yet at this point?
at this point, I think I was so all in with the way I was carrying myself.
She wasn't even questioning it.
I think that she just fell for it, the story.
You were
God.
you were ready to be in the family tree. I mean,
At this point, she actually believed you had been dating for a year and a half.
I think she was like, oh my God, he gets along with my family so well. They all love him. I mean, he's super nice. He did this for me. She was all right, cool, all in.
Okay. So did anything during the wedding itself? So now that we've gotten to that point where obviously we know that she's telling all these crazy background stories that are not true. Was there anything else of note before you left the wedding? Did anything else crazy happen, or
did you start questioning anything else she had told you to date? Like, I'm curious what else has sparked in your mind.
So what sparked in my mind, first of all, when she started going into those elaborate stories, instantly I knew, okay, this is a woman who can make up a lot of stuff very, very fast, and she's quick on her feet.
Yeah.
That's an immediate red flag.
So, and first of all, let me rewind me further. What does this woman do for a living? Like, is she in the story business of any kind to where this would have made sense? Or is this just like, holy cow, this girl's like an accountant and she can pull a story out like nobody's business?
Paralegal.
Okay, so yeah, those don't exactly...
They have to follow the flow.
I don't know if that screams storyteller.
Yeah, not really. I don't really hear storyteller from a paralegal.
Okay. All right, so then you guys,
okay.
let's get to the point where you're leaving the wedding now. So now again, what's on Michael's mind is, okay, well, I'm going to get a payoff for this crazy.
You played your part.
Yeah,
yes.
All right, so back up a little bit.
Yeah, let's back up.
I said that comment. She goes to the terrace.
Oh yeah, she cries. She gets upset.
She's upset. She's kind of like, how could you say that? I just thought that the way everything was going, and obviously, this was going through my head. I'm not about to have this woman crying at her cousin's wedding right now. Right?
Oh yeah.
Whatever I just did, fix it. Say whatever I got to say.
Yeah, you got to fix it.
I said, you know what? I misspoke. I've had a great time with you and your family, and I look forward to getting to know you more. So
very nice.
We embrace.
Okay.
We go back in. She has some more fun.
She seems cool now.
Yeah, it was a whole bunch of Caucasians doing the cha-cha slide. It was
I hate that. Can we just ex-nay the cha-cha slide from all events? I'm over it. Okay, sorry, keep going.
Okay. It's one of my favorites, actually.
I'm over it. Jeez.
So after that, it was night's kind of winding down.
Yeah.
We're saying our goodbyes. I'm getting a lot of guys inviting me over for dinner.
Oh boy.
Oh, you should come out. We're going fox hunting in Kentucky. You should come out to that.
Hell yeah.
Fox hunting? That's still a thing. Wait, hold on. Aren't foxes on the endangered species list?
Listen, I don't
know either. But I'm a little concerned. Fox is like my spirit animal. Keep talking.
So
it's the red hair.
It is.
Okay.
We're leaving. We're getting an Uber. We're dressed nice. It's a Saturday night. I'm like, well, hey, let's not in the.
So
night.
what time is it at this point?
At this point, it's midnight.
Okay.
I'm like, hey.
Yeah. So you have a couple hours where you can go do something.
And remember, guys and ladies out there, regardless of what's happened, remember the first date. He said she was gorgeous. Right?
Oh, that's
true. She was gorgeous, so that's not going to change.
You're attracted to her. Yeah,
yes,
that's true.
He is attracted to her.
Especially at a wedding. She pulled out all the stops. Especially
That
at
is
a family wedding, she's pulled out all the stops.
That is the absolute game changer, difference maker, 100%. If a guy feels like she is gorgeous, it's so easy to look past so many things, so many red flags.
I looked past it all.
I'm getting that. I'm getting that right now at this point. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So we swing by the Velvet Taco.
Oh, love Velvet Taco.
Pick up a little something. And I was like, hey, let's go get a cocktail. One more cocktail, right? There's a cool little Tipsy Alchemist kind of uptown.
Okay.
Was she, by the way, a little inebriated, or was she?
We were definitely Ubering around.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Uber.
Oh, hello, Uber.
You've been doing great wonders for me the past couple of years.
Okay.
So we go to Tipsy Alchemist just for one more cocktail. They have a nice little patio out there. I was just trying to catch a vibe with it, right?
Yeah.
They have nice lighting out there. It was all about just the vibe. And
Michael's got game.
We had a
Oh, I knew that from the moment I sat down
Yeah.
at this table and he offered me a drink.
yeah. Oh, damn! I did that. That was unconscious.
did.
That was unconscious.
See,
I don't
that's
even-
how good he is. It was
is.
impressive.
No, he is.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so you go to the Tipsy Alchemist. What
We're
else?
gonna hang out after this,
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
I need a drink, obviously.
So we had like one more drink there and just laughed about the wedding and some of the funny dancing, all that kind of stuff. And I asked her the closing question.
Okay,
I say-
what's the closing? What is this? I don't know what that means.
Hey Nikki, you want to get out of here?
Oh boy.
She says.
Okay. All right.
There's hidden meaning in there.
She says.
Oh yeah, that's a
she-
coded message.
Yes.
She looks at me. She goes, "Yes, I do." And we leave.
Okay.
Her place.
I'm
or
holding
your
my
place?
breath. Keep going. I feel like there's something about to pop out from a wall somewhere, but keep going.
No.
I'm just like bracing myself.
I'm gonna fast.
This airplane's lost 3 of its 4 engines.
Yeah, right? Where's the smoke coming from at this point?
No, I'm actually some sort of a gentleman, so I'm not going to kiss and tell. But I'm gonna
Okay.
fast forward story to the next morning.
Okay, so
Ooh.
nothing happens that night then.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. No. Okay, not okay. No. Nothing crazy happens that
Right.
night. Okay, keep going. Okay.
My neighbors might disagree.
Oh God. Okay. Keep going. God. Oh. Okay.
He's got game and he's got game.
Oh my God. Okay.
So the next morning, wake up. I made the mistake of cooking breakfast.
Okay.
Okay. How's that a mistake? I'm confused.
She didn't want to leave. She
That-
didn't want to go home.
That's an issue, by the way. Getting the date to leave is that is
Yeah.
There can be a dilemma there.
Made breakfast. We sat down. She let me watch Sports Center. We kind of just chatted a little bit.
Let me interrupt you for a
Yeah.
second. So, I want to know, even though you made her breakfast, you obviously enjoyed her company,
Mm-hmm.
quote unquote. Did you already at this point, so it's the next morning, no, I'm never going to see her again? Or had you made that decision?
Oh, that.
yet?
Yeah, I'm curious.
You know
Okay.
what? I don't think I made the conscious decision that I was never going to see her again, but I did make the decision that, hey, this was fun. I'm probably not going to pursue her to date
Yeah.
her.
Right. She's a
So
little,
I did make
Cray,
that.
cray.
I did make that distinction. That,
Okay.
hey,
So what made you make that distinction?
I think it was.
did you hear about the
I wanna-
wedding?
No, I know. I want to hear what was the nail in the coffin. That's what I want to hear. The nail in the coffin.
Look, honest to God, if she would have just said, "Oh yeah, we're dating. We just met. It's very new," I might have just glazed over it. But it was how elaborate.
Okay. So what if, let me ask you this. This is a very hypothetical question, but I'm going to go to it anyways. So what if she had let you in on, say, hey, like, how do you feel about just kind of having a little rouse here with my family? And if we tell them we've been dating, like, what if she prefaced all of this? How would have that affected the whole situation?
I think it goes totally different, and I think she's hilarious.
Okay. Okay.
So you
See,
might
that's
be
kinda
with her
what I
to this
expected.
day?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand.
There was no huddle.
Yeah, there was no, hey, here's the
Yeah.
game plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
None of that.
Okay.
She didn't send me an itinerary. I just
Yeah.
showed up, and it was action.
So, is the moral of
Okay.
the story just
Talk to your date, ladies.
Be
If you're
candid.
gonna, be candid, guys. If you're gonna spin an elaborate story, let them in on it. Let them help you out.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm following now. That's what I was missing. Okay.
And just to come to the closing, the end. Made breakfast was like around 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
We had an hour to just kind of sit and talk, and then I noticed she was still in her boy shorts on the couch with a blanket, and I was kind of walking around arbitrarily cleaning things.
Yeah,
And
like
putting
that's
stuff
the
away.
cue. Like, hey, get out.
And then I had to make up an elaborate story about gonna go play in a men's league basketball game.
Having
she
said
ask-
that, I got to tell you, this is a true story, and this plays right into what you just said. So I know a guy. He literally, he dates a lot, and he has lots of women over.
Oh, boy.
He keeps a softball league uniform in his closet, and he's not in a softball league. He, while she's still
Wow.
sleeping, he puts the uniform on, wakes her up, and says, "Got a softball game," and he sees. And she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." So she gets up and she gets out
And
of
she
there.
goes.
We're first pitch, 20 minutes. So she's out of there. He'll walk out the door, and then he'll walk around the block and just come back inside and get back in bed and go back to sleep.
Wow, that is a plan.
He's a genius.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is that a genius?
And
Boy.
mine was on the same vein. This was a Sunday. I play in the men's league and the JCC here in Dallas.
Yeah, yeah.
We play on Mondays.
All right.
So not totally lying.
It was
not totally honest.
an altercation.
Altercations, yeah, there
of
you
the
go.
schedule.
Yeah, yeah. Just a little bit.
And so,
Yeah.
so when she did leave, did you even like say? Because I am always so I tend to do this on the at the end of I do a lot of lunch dates at the beginning, and I always say that at the end of the lunch date I call it the awkward dismount. I think I told you this.
Yeah, you did.
And so it's always hard.
The awkward dismount.
The awkward.
Yes.
It's like that awkward. Like, hey, I gotta.
I'm gonna text call you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not. You don't know what to tell her. Like when you're about to leave, if you don't know what to tell her, and there's that awkward time when she's going to her car, you're gonna go.
Yeah,
to
and then
your,
you end up like going the same direction to your cars.
After you had said goodbye. Yeah. Yeah. I call that the awkward dismount. So did you?
Like I
give
said, it's
her
got a lot of weird names.
Did
for
you
things.
give her a lot? Yeah, I'm making my little glossary, and it's my crazy ass dates glossary. So did you give her a little fib and saying, "Hey, I'll call you tomorrow or tonight" or any of that? Or
Oh yeah, I did.
Oh,
definitely-
I
you know
hate
what?
that.
I did.
I do hate that.
I did.
okay, so that was
What at that point, I'm sober. It's the morning.
Yeah.
I'm just.
God, I do hate that though. I do hate that that's like just a thing that's accepted because as women we believe it.
Yeah.
Like straight up we believe it.
Yeah.
Like whether we know in the back of our head we shouldn't, we do.
Right.
And we want it to be true because we value connection in a weird way that men are able to just be like cut ties and move on.
right.
Oh,
Wow,
I hate that.
fucking an asshole right now. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
Okay, well we're about
Female perspective.
we're about to wrap up the show because that was a great story. We keep it
was awesome.
quick and pithy, but we do have a little feature that we're gonna do today, and I call it just the tip. Okay.
Yeah, you kind of have to just let him glaze right over that.
I'll give that a bell.
Take it at face
That
value.
was a lot. So just the tip is
That's coincidentally how I lost my virginity.
is that right? Oh, okay. Well, that's for a
Oh.
future episode.
Oh,
That's
okay.
for a future
That
episode.
is another story we should hear at some point.
Well, before we were starting and we were in the, I guess you might call it the green room, even though we don't have a green room, Michael and I were discussing some of the red flags when we're looking on a dating app.
Ooh, okay.
And he was explaining to me. Okay, tell me what we talked about because I was trying to make up a word for it. You might even have a better word for it.
Okay.
I'm adding to my glossary.
Okay, I'm gonna come up with this.
Go ahead.
One. You
Tell
just
me
let
the
do
deal.
this.
Tell me
Okay.
the deal, Michael.
There's a deal with the profile pictures where a girl will have a picture. It's not a picture, a single one, but her by herself.
Yeah.
It's always her with some friends who might not be as attractive.
Oh,
as
that's
her.
a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to come up with a name for that. That's an immediate red flag for me. I want to see a standalone.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I want to see you by
I don't blame
yourself.
you.
Yeah.
It's
So-
a camouflage diversion.
Yeah, but they also, I mean, there's something out there called a duff. It's the designated like ugly friend essentially, and
Okay.
yeah, like that's a thing.
I like
There's a
that.
whole movie about it. If you haven't seen it, it is. There's a movie.
Is Hillary Duff? I'm just kidding. Okay,
No,
that was
she's
horrible.
not in it. But there is a movie. I don't remember who's in the cast off the top of my head, but
Okay.
there is like that is a thing. It's like the duff is like there's always somebody in the group who's like the designated like ugly friend or the designated like fat friend. Like that's a thing. It's horrible, and I hate it as women that we do that.
Okay.
But that is a thing.
What is the technique called of
It's
getting
just
the duffs?
basically making yourself look prettier because the people around you don't look as good as you.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's just a thing.
All I see is insecurities.
Oh, absolutely. It's totally an insecurity. Dude, have you met the female group of women
Yes,
that are on the
yes,
planet Earth? I mean,
yes.
we're insecure about almost everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I do like the standalone photo, though. I wish there was like a way that you had to have that just because I think I don't know. I just like having my friends have photos of just them.
Okay, so the takeaway on just the tip version or today for this episode is, ladies, try not to do the duff. Try not to do the
Yeah.
diversionary tactic. Just we want to see what you look like, and we want to see what you look like solo.
Yeah.
You know, good shots, body shots, everything together. It's not that that's everything.
Maybe not body shots, but
Well,
okay.
no, I'm not talking about a bikini. I'm just saying a full length shot.
Okay,
That's
I
what
wasn't
I
even going
meant.
there.
I'm sorry.
But okay.
I don't mean bikinis or short skirts. I just want to see what you.
Yeah, what'd you
from
look
head to
like?
toe. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all. I
What you're
didn't mean
working with.
anything more. Yeah, what
Yeah.
are we working with? So anyway, by the way, folks, please follow us on social media
Yeah, follow
at
us on
Crazy Ass Dates
Instagram.
on both Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and that we're going to wrap up the show for today.
Yeah,
so,
and if you guys want to be on the show, you have a crazy story, you know somebody who has a crazy story, hit us up, slide into our DMs. We'd love to talk to you. Slide into our DMs. But yeah, let us know. We'd love to have a conversation with you and get you on the show. We're all about it.
we sure would. So for Courtney Cheek, I am Doug Rice. We want to thank once again to our guest, Michael
The
Honoru.
wonderful Michael.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Please keep swiping and keep going on those crazy ass dates, and we'll see you next time.